Hi friends, this is a shortened practice tutorial of Warrior 1, Warrior 2, Reverse Warrior, and Triangle. All you'll need is a comfortable place to practice. When you're ready, we'll get started. Simply arrive on your mat, palms down, hold in that energy, lock it in, close the eyes, relax the jaw, give yourself about 10 rounds of breath here. Just simply arriving into your body, arriving into your headspace, and channeling whatever it is that you need to channel for your practice today, whether it's morning, afternoon, or night. We have a lot of yoga out there in the world, and sometimes we forget just the simplicity of a Warrior 1, a simplicity of Warrior 2, the foundations of Triangle, and the goals of a Reverse Warrior. So this practice will just break those elements down for you in your standing, those 4 standing poses. We'll keep it simple and to the point, and just something that you can utilize in your yoga tool bag for many practices to come. And just reminding yourself it's not about perfection, like what these yoga pictures look like. It's just finding that foundation for your body so that you can grow and expand and enhance your practice in the ways that work for you. Give yourself another couple breaths here. So maybe that intention for this shortened practice is just focus or open-mindedness, or just a little bit of surrender to yourself, to fundamentals of your practice. Palms together in the heart space, bow the chin to the chest. All right, let's get started. So we'll come into a standing position. Just starting standing, feel the feet rooting down, draw the belly in, feel the tailbone drawing down, roll the shoulders back, and you just feel just a naturally open sort of body while you're hugging in at the same time. So as we expand the limbs out, you want to keep in mind like you're expanding, but you're also harnessing internally. So we'll just open wide with our feet, toes forward, heels align with the outer edges of your pinky toes. So you'll check your mat so you're parallel to the outer edges of your mat. So hugging the outer feet, you feel the lift of the arch. So that's pretty wide. You can kind of hug the hips with your hands and just feel that support with the girdle of your hips here. Left toes turn out. And for Warrior 1 and even Warrior 2, I do like to open my stance a little bit wider. So Warrior 1 will have the toes forward slightly of that back foot. Heel is rooted down. You're at a 45-degree angle. So you'll begin to rotate the hips forward. So that's not ideal for everybody, but you want to feel as though you're kind of checking in towards the front of your mat. So the hips may stay slightly open, and that's okay too. Begin to bend that left knee right over that left ankle. So that's your stability there. Continue to rotate the hips, and then your last piece is the arms are going to extend up. Take a pause. Feel the sole of that left foot imprinting into your mat. The outer edge of that left foot anchoring down, that back arch lifting slightly. So you feel those points of contact into the mat. Once you feel that, left knee continues tracking forward. Back femur bone, back thigh lifts towards that right hip, and then you feel that rotating of the hips forward. Hug of the outer hips together, so you're securing and stabilizing from your base. Reach up through the sides of the body, arms go up, pinkies and thumbs out, and you feel that spreading of that upper back. And then you just stay here, breathing and arriving just as long as it feels comfortable. Good. Inhale, straighten through the leg. So we'll bring the arms down. Starting back again, toes forward, and we'll take it to the right side. So right toes will go out. Back toes will draw forward. You can have a heel to heel alignment, but I would actually recommend wider. So most of our hips tend to track wider. So you want the hips to have space to move around. So we're not saying with Warrior One that your hips need to be perfectly squared forward because everybody's body is a little bit different. But you do want it to feel as though it's moving that left hip point in the direction of your right foot. Anchor the outer edge of that back foot. Feel that rooting down at the outer edge of the foot, sole of that right foot, and then bend that right knee. Let the right knee land over that right foot. Draw the torso, scooch the tailbone down so it feels like you're kind of giving a slight tip. And then arms can extend up. Find your foundation from the ground, through the legs. Good. And you want to keep drawing the front ribs back, drawing and tracking that right knee forward, hugging the outer hips together, and breathing here. A lot of cues to remember, but that's okay. Try not to hyperextend that left knee, but keep a bit of a softness so you feel the muscles engaging as much in the back leg as the front leg. And good, straighten through that right leg. Come to neutral once again, hands to the hips. Give a little shake out of the hips from side to side. Good. And then we'll rotate the left toe out. This time we're going to find Warrior Two. So that back foot's going to stay parallel to the back of your mat. So Warrior One, you have a 45-degree angle with the back foot. Warrior Two, you're completely parallel. Left foot points towards the front of your mat. And for Warrior Two specifically, really wide stance, like wider than you might imagine, because that just gives your body an opportunity to hug everything in and best support. So hips stay open towards the side, left knee bends, and remember that wide, wide, wide. Left knee right over that left ankle. And then you can kind of see my arches are naturally high, but you want to feel as though you're pushing the foot flat into your mat. Just as much energy in the front leg as the back leg. So keep hugging the outer edge of that back foot deep into your mat. Same thing, a softness to the knee, so you're engaging and lifting the muscles. Imagine that left thigh parallel to the floor. Hug the hips in, hips stay open. Left knee keeps tracking towards that left upper corner of your mat. So you feel that opening in the inseam of the left leg and your left groin. Good. And then once you have that, you can extend the arms out. Breath in, and then breath out to really sink down. Gaze out over the left fingertips. Relax the shoulders. Extend your energy through both fingers, both sets of fingers. Good. Inhale. Press the palms together. Left toes in, right toes out. We're barely moving, but it does work out with sweat. It's also summertime in the city. Once you're ready, hips stay open, right toes turned back, left foot parallel to the back end of your mat, and then exhale, bend that right knee. Track right knee over that right ankle, left foot, outer edge of the foot pressing down. You feel that engagement through your femur, through the left thigh, all the way up. Good. Hug the hips, shoulders over the hips here, and then reach your arms out. Good. Gaze out over the right fingertips. You have a tendency to want to reach forward. Draw yourself back so the shoulders stay over the hips. And then you breathe here. Keep hugging your feet into the floor, lifting that back arch. Right knee tracking towards that right corner of your mat. Inhale, bring it up. Hands to your hips. Heel toe the feet in slightly, toes in, heels out. Roll the shoulders, take a little breather. Good. So left toes out, widen the stance. We're going to go back toes in slightly for Trikonasana. Hands to the hips, let's start there. Left foot presses down, soft bend to the left knee. Feel that left quad lifting towards your left hip. Outer edge of that right foot presses down, outer edge of the foot, lift up through the hip. Tip the torso forward, forward, forward. And then this may be great for you. So you want to feel as though that back body can rest flat onto the wall behind you. Keep feeling the quad lifting up. Right hip on top of that left hip, nice and long through the spine. As much support in that back leg and back foot as the front leg and front foot. If you want to track your left hand down your shin or right in front, so you don't want to put extra weight into the leg in any way. You want to feel elevated and lifted. So you use the muscles for strength here. Maybe the hand to the hip and the torso, you find your own range of motion. Keep reaching the tailbone back, crown of the head forward, and then if you like, you can reach the top arm up. So you find your lines of energy, so through the limbs, and you reach. Good. Inhale, bring it up. Right hand tracks down the back leg, left arm reaches up. So that's a reverse triangle that you can easily turn into your reverse warrior. So same foundations as you had in warrior, and then come up. Slowly turn the back toes out, hips open towards the side of your mat. Right toe presses down deep. So as you press down into the toe, you feel that energy lifting up through the leg to your right hip. Press into the outer edge of that back foot, same stability in that back leg as your front leg. Hands to the hips. And begin to tip the torso forward. And so come to a position where if you were against the wall, you're just flat into the wall. So you draw the belly back, reach the tailbone down. Keep pressing into the feet. And softening in and around the knees so you're not slamming into the joints, but you're using muscle strength to stabilize. Good. Maybe the right hand comes to the inseam of that right leg. You can also use blocks here, but I'm not encouraging blocks because I definitely want you to kind of stay at the degree that it feels supportive in your own body instead of relying on blocks to go kind of the deepest range. And I let the hand rest in front because I'm not weight bearing anywhere into that right leg. It's just a soft release down. And then I just open the chest. And then maybe that left arm extends up. And I just feel a really beautiful reach through the limbs of my body. I'm stable through the core. So that's the front and the back body. Left shoulder moves back. Rib cage opens up. So left rib cage is back on top of that right rib cage. Use an in-breath to slowly come up. Left hand tracks down, right arm reaches up. And then we'll bend that right knee, move that right foot forward, and then you got a reverse warrior. Okay, and slowly bring it back, heel toe the feet in, step in, hands to the hips, come back onto your mat. You can sit cross-legged or a hero's pose if that's good. Palm on palm, either right palm on left or left palm on right. Thumbs in together, roll the shoulders back. Close the eyes. Feel into the strengthening and the openness of your own body. Taking those gentle foundations to enhance your practice in whichever way that you feel most drawn to. Bringing the palms together to your heart space. You're welcome to stay in a seated meditation or Shavasana as long as you would like. If you're ready to move on, we'll arrive, palms together, comfortable seat. Taking a moment here to honor the foundations of your practice, to any practice, any movement that you bring into your body, just starting from a place that can grow with you, and grow physically, mentally, and spiritually. Thank you for sharing your energy with me. As always, it's an honor and a privilege to guide you through this practice. Namaste.